Welcome back to the Inner Journeys Outer Adventures podcast. This next episode is going to be maybe one of the most important for recovery, which is talking about sleep habits and how to set up a very good sleep routine for yourself to get better quality sleep, feel more refreshed, feel like you are not burning yourself out with workouts, with work, with family, with all the stress that you have in your life, making sure you're balancing all that stress with a good sleep routine to refresh yourself every single day. So a couple key things that you want to think about when you are setting up your sleep and your routine for that is you don't want to use your phone before you go to bed. I would say at least 30 minutes because that blue light and then the distraction and the attention that it grabs you from your phone and all the different social media apps and whether it's stress from politics or news or whatever's going on in the world that day, or you're just totally engrossed in whatever you're looking at and your brain is super turned on because of all the things that are pulling you into social media. Because we've all been there where we're just scrolling. We stay for like 5 minutes, or ends up 30 minutes later and you're still on that phone scrolling and you're not being able to shut your brain off and turn it down to fall asleep. So we want to make sure, A, because of blue light, and B, because of how it can affect us with either pulling us in more or stressing us out more with the news or politics that we see on the phone. So 30 minutes before bed, you don't want to have your phone. And then the next one is your bed should solely be for sleep or sex, nothing else. The reason why is if you create a habit of being in your bed and doing something else, you're going to have a different association with your bed rather than just sleep. So our brain can associate different things with what we're doing. So if we're playing on our phone or watching TV or doing anything else not related to sleep, that is going to create a different habit and a different response in your brain when you lay down or sit down on your bed. And we want to lay down on our bed and instantly feel tired and start to fall asleep. We don't want to lay in our bed 30 minutes to an hour later, we finally fall asleep. So we don't want to have different things going on while we're in bed that aren't sleep related, because that can create a different habit, a different association with our brain and that bed, besides obviously sex. And then going to bed within the same time every day. So within, like I would say, a 30-minute window. If you go to bed within a 30-minute window every day, you're setting up your circadian rhythm. And then also waking up within 30 minutes of the same time every day. Setting that circadian rhythm is what's going to help you fall asleep faster, get more restful sleep, because that's the way our body is supposed to do it. We've done it for millions of years. Fall asleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. Usually it's with the sun. That's why we get tired at night, because the sun is going down, we're creating more melatonin in our brain, and then when the sun is rising, we're creating cortisol in our brain, the stress hormone, and that's actually a good thing because that's waking us up and getting us ready for the day. So we actually have a rise in cortisol throughout the day. It drops, and then as that drops, we get more melatonin coming up for the rest of the day. So, or the night, I should say. So having that sleep rhythm helps with your circadian rhythm. So we set that up really well, and you're going to fall asleep better and have more restful sleep and feel better when you wake up in the morning when we have that solidified. So when you so say your normal bedtime is 9 o'clock, and then one night you stay up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and sleep in till like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. That's where you really mess up that rhythm, and it gets to be hard to fall asleep the next day at the same time because you have disrupted your circadian rhythm so much with that big difference in window of time. Especially if you've traveled multiple different time zones, you notice that you'll get tired at a different time and you'll wake up at a different time because of that shift in time is so much different than what your normal bed routine is, your bedtime, wake time. So we want to make sure we're setting up our circadian rhythm well by going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, or near enough. 30 minutes, I would say, is good enough. And then ways to fall asleep faster. So when we get into bed or we get ready for bed, different things we can do. Reading, for a lot of people, helps them fall asleep, whether they're reading on an actual book, not something with a lot of blue light, so some electronic. We want to try to read actual books with that so we don't get as much blue light into our eyes. Getting hot before bed can help as well. So whether you take like a hot shower or you do like a sauna or something like that, if you heat your body up, it's going to naturally try to decrease that heat and come back to normal body temperature. So as that body temperature is dropping, that's actually another signal for us to fall asleep, is a drop in body temperature. So we also want to have a cold room to sleep in. So I would say 65 to 80 degrees is the optimal temperature to fall asleep in and have good restful sleep. That goes along with the getting hot before bed, is because we want our body temperature to drop. And that 65 to 80 degrees helps us drop our body temperature and fall asleep. Another thing you can do, like I said before, is no phone or any blue light before bed. And then that's about it for what I have for sleep habits and things that can help you with that. If your brain races a lot, maybe journaling and dumping all your thoughts into a journal and getting them out away from your brain and just ruminating on them the whole time. Sometimes journaling can help with that. But those are the tips that I've found with a lot of people help in setting that up. The hardest one is probably setting that routine of every single day, because we have our work week where we want to have that, and then the weekend we want to enjoy ourselves. So that's where a lot of people will stay up later and sleep in later. And it's hard not to do that, but we want to not do it. We want to try to have the same schedule the entire week long, all 7 days, because that's why Mondays can be so hard, because you're tired because you have messed up your sleep schedule the past couple days. So those are my tips for having good sleep habits and help you have more restful sleep, feel more energized during the day, and feel more like you're more recovered from workouts and daily life. So thanks for listening to the Inner Journeys Outer Adventures podcast. We'll see you next time.